In 1981, I was 11 years old, and me and my friends were out in my backyard playing an all-day basketball game. And to help keep us motivated, we'd set up in one of the windows of one of the houses. We'd set up a big speaker, propped it up in the window. This is before the days of little Bluetooth speakers or phones, or even I don't even think we had a boombox, but we had put the radio on and put this big speaker in the window. And one of my friend's older brothers was saying, "We gotta listen for this song, man. It's the greatest song I've ever heard. It's by Rush. It's called Tom Sawyer." So we played our basketball game all day. We eventually did hear the song. I think at least once or twice it came on the radio, which was probably WLPX or WQFM in Milwaukee at the time, one of the album rock stations. And it was a great song. I loved it. And I've loved it ever since. It's one of the greatest Rush songs, by far their most well-known Rush song, the most popular song. This was released, like I said, in 1981. This was just before MTV was even created. It was kind of the end of punk, beginning of new wave, but Rush is kind of a sort of a heavy metal progressive rock group. So it had that flavor in it, that interesting mix of things going on at the time in the very early 80s. The lyrics were written by Neil Peart, the drummer for Rush, and also co-written by Pi Dubois. To understand the song, we, of course, have to understand who Tom Sawyer is as a character. He's a fictional character, of course, made famous by the author Mark Twain, who was an American author in the 1870s and 80s, writing about his youth in the 1840s America. So he created this character, Tom Sawyer, best friends with Huckleberry Finn, who's another famous character from his novels. But Tom Sawyer kind of represented his rebelliousness and mysteriousness and mischievousness of the youth of Mark Twain's youth growing up in Missouri, state of Missouri on the Mississippi River in the 1840s. So he's this young teenager who I said he's rebellious, but he's also very, very clever, and also has a good heart, a good moral compass, and is wise beyond his years. So then the Tom Sawyer in this song is an allusion to this Tom Sawyer of the 1840s. So in this instance, representing the typical youth of the day in the late 1970s, early 1980s. So kind of, I think, probably in Neil Peart's mind, the suburban dwelling, angst-ridden teenager of North America, Canada, and the United States at the time. And so this song serves as a kind of warning and a scolding of society who might be unfairly judging the youth of the day, and it's an affirmation of rebelliousness and free-spiritedness of that same group. All right, then, with that set up, let's take a look at some of the key lyrics of this great, great song. We start out, of course, with a great keyboard intro, that growling which, I'm not a musician, so I can't do it justice. I don't know what it is about it that makes it great. That's Rick Beato's forte, but I just know it sounds really cool, especially at the time. So the first verse then, modern day warrior, mean, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean, mean pride. So again, we're setting up the scene here. Today's Tom Sawyer. He walks with this kind of confidence, rebelliousness. Though his mind is not for rent, don't put him down as arrogant. So, meaning not for rent, meaning you can't. He's got his own thoughts, his own opinions. You're not going to tell him what to think, what to do, what your values are. Impose your values on him or her. So he's going to think his own thoughts, but that doesn't mean he's arrogant. He's open-minded, optimistic, and again has that good moral compass. So don't just because he's got his own opinions, that doesn't mean he's arrogant. He's riding out the day's events. He's kind of going with the flow. There's the river. I think the river is just kind of a literary device. It references the Mississippi River from the Tom Sawyer novel, and it just kind of, probably fits with Geddy Lee's singing, and it's just a cool thing to add in there, just like kind of a reference, the river, going with the flow. That's how I interpret it. So some other key lines to this song, when they say, and what you say about his company is what you say about society. So in other words, what you say about, the youth, the groups of youth today, his friends, Tom Sawyer's friends, basically the group of youths of the day. Don't be so quick to judge them, because, that's what you say about society. It's all of us. So if you're criticizing the youths, you're the one who raised them. You're the one who instilled these values. So you're the one who created this monster, if you want to call it that. So to be careful how you're judging today's youth. And again, his mind is not for rent to any god or government, always hopeful yet discontent. So he's got his own thoughts. He's not going to be, he may not be the religion or any religion that you want. He may not be on the right or the left. He's going to be an independent thinker, but he's optimistic, always hopeful yet discontent, meaning he's not satisfied with the status quo. Again, growing up, and I can picture like this, again, they have this song called Subdivisions. It's all about kind of just the boring culture of suburban America, suburban Canada was where they grew up. And, kind of all the dull culture that comes with that. So not settling for that. There's got to be more to life than just this suburban utopia that's been created. But that doesn't mean he's just a malcontent, right? He's discontent, he's not satisfied, but still always hopeful, optimistic. I like that. And then we have this great verse. Catch the witness, catch the wit, catch the spirit, catch the spit. It's funny, right? It's a good one because it's unexpected. Surprises in art and literature are good. So in my opinion here, he's just saying like, bear witness to the awesomeness of today's youth, right? The intelligence, the attitude of this younger generation. So that's the witness. Catch the wit is the intelligence. Catch the spirit. You got to get into the vibe of what's going on. Get hip to the trends. Get hip to what's happening here. Catch the spit is just like, we're going for it. I don't know. That's just my interpretation. I mean, obviously it rhymes. It fits the lyrics. I don't know if there's too much thought put into this, but it's like, you got to catch everything that's coming off here, and you better roll with it, because this is today's generation coming at you. And then we have the world is, love and life are deep, maybe as deep as, you could put in parentheses, maybe as the skies are wide. And in the later verse, he says, eyes are wide. So, the world is, it's just kind of, the world is deep, it's full of love, it's full of life. And it's just, the love and the life are as deep as his eyes are wide, maybe meaning his looking around, his vision of the future, his open-mindedness. You could say eyes, you could say skies, like the potential, right? The potential of today's generation. Everything's in front of them, optimistic, rebelliousness, not satisfied, going for it, intellectual. It's a great line, beautiful. So again, I love this song. It just, when you listen to this, it puts you in a good mood. It pumps you up. It can inspire. You can just sit there and listen to it and inspire you, or you can be working out, or lifting weights or running. It's got a great driving beat to it. It's just a feel-good, optimistic, pumping up, motivating song. So love to hear what you guys think of this song, what's your own personal interpretation, your own personal experiences with it. You think I did a good job of explaining it or interpreting it for myself? What would you add to it? More importantly, if you liked it, please give me a like. I'm just starting to get this channel off the ground, Love to have your subscription to the channel, and of course a comment down below. So that's all for this one. Hope you enjoyed this take on Tom Sawyer, and see you guys in the next video.